Hey everybody. So I want to give you just a little update on what's going on with Sean Combs, P. Diddy, right? Um, just found an article yesterday that came out that there is a new lawsuit, and this lawsuit was filed by a male producer. So let's get right into it. On the Hidden Horror Facebook page, I've shared the article do that, make sure that is taken care of. The article is by NBCnews.com. It's dated February 26, 2024. The article was written by Diana Dazrath and Janelle Griffith, and the title is Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexual harassment and assault by producer or on his latest album. So the allegations involve about 1 year period between September of 2022 to November of 2023. And this producer, he's coming out with some very strong allegations against Mr. Combs. Um, According to the article, this is information that he actually recorded and saved. So he must have some evidence um, that he will be able to present at trial. So let's get right to the article. Sean Diddy Combs was sued Monday in federal court by a producer on his most recent album who accuses the music mogul of sexually harassing, drugging, and threatening him over more than a year. The producer, Rodney Little Rod Jones, says in the lawsuit that he lived and traveled with Combs from September of 2022 to November of 2023, during which time he recorded hours of video and audio of Combs, his staff, and others engaging in serious illegal activity. Okay. Among the allegations is that Combs forced Jones to procure sex workers and pressured him to engage in unwelcome sex acts with them and others, and that Combs gave laced alcoholic beverages to people who attended parties at his home. Okay, it's a lot there. He is alleging that he had to find, procure these sex workers. Then he's saying he was pressured to engage in acts with them and others. And that at these is what he's saying parties that people attended, that the alcoholic beverages were laced. Okay, that is a lot. Okay, it's similar to what we read in the lawsuit with Cassie, right? The sex workers having these parties, having the sexual activity, right? Let's keep reading. The lawsuit includes what it says are screenshots from gatherings hosted at Combs' homes that included underage girls and sex workers, some of whom he said were provided drinks that had been laced with drugs at Combs' direction. Excuse me. Yeah, that's me. Again, we have to take a pause because it's a lot. there. He's saying at these gatherings, at these parties, some of the people included underage girls. So we know there's a lawsuit against Mr. Combs right now from a woman that was 17 at the time she alleges some illegal activity. He's saying that even in the period of September of 2022 through November of 2023, that at these parties at Combs's home, that there were underage girls. I'm not exactly sure how old Sean Combs is, but I'm guessing he is at least 50 years old. I don't know why someone underage would be at a party at his home, but the drinks he's alleging were laced with drugs. And that Mr. Combs allegedly told whoever his staff is, he directed them to do this. Whew. The suit filed in U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York also names Combs' adult son, Justin, his chief of staff, Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO, Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO, Ethiopia Habtemariam, as defendants. Jones says in the lawsuit that Grange, Habtemariam, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group effectively worked together with Combs in a RICO enterprise that failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Combs, his son, and his chief of staff. A RICO enterprise is any individuals or groups that act together to violate the Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. Now, I have a video in my playlist for Mr. Combs that talks about the RICO charge, and you can check that out. But he's alleging that this group of people, they were under the direction of Mr. Combs, and that this type of illegal activity was going on. And he's including the record companies, he's including Mr. Combs' staff. Jones is seeking $30 million. Representatives for Coram, Grange, Motown Records, and Love Records did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Habtemariam could not immediately be reached for comment. Representatives for Justin Combs said in a statement that he categorically denies these absurd allegations. The allegations honestly sound very similar to the various lawsuits that Mr. Combs has been recently involved in. Okay. They are all lies. This is a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday, the statement said. There will be legal consequences for all defamatory statements made about the Combs family. I'm not sure how far they can go. He says he has recordings, he has audio, he has records. So I guess they will have to fight it out in court. Let me finish up the article. An attorney for Combs said Jones's reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. The attorney, Sean Holly, said in a statement. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. A series of damning allegations against Combs. According to Jones's lawsuit, in or about August of 2022, Combs called Jones and requested that he produce several songs on the R&B album, The Love Album, Off the Grid, which was released in September of 2023 and was nominated for a Grammy. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since, the lawsuit says. Jones alleges that Combs sexually harassed and assaulted him while he lived with him at Combs' home in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York, as well as on a yacht Combs rented in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The harassment and assault included constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus, according to the lawsuit. Jones says he was forced to work in Combs' bathroom as Combs showered naked in a glass enclosure, according to the lawsuit. When he raised concerns about the behavior to Karam, Combs' chief of staff, the lawsuit says she dismissed them as friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Mr. Combs' way of showing that he likes you. The lawsuit accuses Karam of aiding and abetting Combs' sexual assault of Jones and of working with Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Jones also alleges that he was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts with them to please Combs. To aid in the alleged recruitment, Jones said Combs provided him with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to a Miami establishment as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Combs was in town and had sent Jones to recruit them, the lawsuit says. Jones alleges Combs, whom he describes in the suit as forceful and demanding and someone who does not take no for an answer, leveraged his power as one of the most influential people in hip hop and business to intimidate him, including by threatening to inflict bodily harm if Jones did not comply with his demands. On one occasion, Jones alleges Combs forced him to watch as he displayed guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. In a separate incident, Jones alleges Combs shared that he was responsible for a shooting in a nightclub in New York City in 1999 with the rapper Shine, born Jamal Barrow. A jury acquitted Combs of gun possession and bribery charges in connection with that incident, while Barrow was sentenced to 10 years in jail. Jones was terrified of Combs and felt he could not tell him no, according to the suit. Mr. Combs consistently made it clear that he has immense power in the music industry and with law enforcement, the lawsuit says. Jones says in the lawsuit that he has video and audio evidence to support some of the allegations. The lawsuit says that Combs required Jones to record him constantly and that on several occasions Combs took Jones's cell phone to record himself. As a result, Jones alleges he has hundreds of hours of video and audio records of Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Jones says in the suit that he believes Combs also drugged him on February the 2nd, 2023. He alleges he woke up naked, dizzy, and confused in bed with Combs and two sex workers. In response to a request for comment, Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, used a Latin phrase, res ipsa loquitur, which loosely translates as the thing speaks for itself, referring to the lawsuit. Jones said in the suit that he was under an implied work for hire agreement and was not compensated for the songs he produced on the Love album. As a result, the lawsuit says Combs, Love Records, Motown Records, and Universal Music Group were all unjustly enriched at his expense. The labels did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Combs has been sued by four women who have accused him of sexual assault. Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, said Combs physically abused her and forced her to have sex with male prostitutes while he relieved himself and recorded the encounters. The lawsuit was settled the day after it was filed. The settlement was in no way an admission of wrongdoing, Combs' lawyer Ben Brafman has said. Following Cassie's lawsuit, two other women, Liza Gardner and Joey Dickerson Neal, have alleged in lawsuits that Combs sexually assaulted them, and a woman identified as Jane Doe in court documents said Combs and two other men ganged her when she was 17 and Combs was 34. Those three cases against Combs are still pending. In a statement in December, he denied the allegations, saying enough is enough and called the claims against him sickening. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth, he said in the statement. The mounting allegations stand to harm Combs' legacy and business empire. After Ventura filed her suit, three of Combs' former artists expressed support for her. The same month, Combs stepped down as the chairman of Revolt TV. In December, Hulu scrapped a reality television show that was to have followed his family. And in January, Combs withdrew his lawsuit against Digeo as part of a settlement with the London-based spirits giant when he had accused which he had accused of racism. Whew. Okay, everybody. That was a lot. Um, these are all allegations until there is a trial or a settlement. He is innocent until proven guilty. Um, we will just have to wait and see. We have to continue to watch and follow. And over time, hopefully the truth is revealed. These are not criminal charges. These are civil lawsuits seeking a monetary figure. So we don't have a criminal case filed against Mr. Combs. These are all civil cases, typically seeking some financial reward or award. So we will have to just keep watching to see. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for checking out this video. Please remember, stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy, and be well, all my friends. Take care. Have a beautiful afternoon, everybody. Bye, everybody.